given that theta is an obtuse angle measured in radians and sine theta is equals to k, find in terms of k an expression for cos theta, tan theta, and sine theta plus pi. Okay. So if theta is obtuse, that means it's somewhere in the second quadrant. And sine theta is equals to k. We know that sine theta is equals to opposite over hypotenuse. So I'm going to take this triangle because this is the right angle triangle that we're getting. And the opposite is going to be k and the hypotenuse is going to be 1. And the third side, this side is going to be square root of 1 square minus k square from Pythagoras theorem. Okay. Now, again, let's go back to the O-levels identities. We know that sine 180 minus theta is equals to sine theta. Also, I'm writing the other two identities. Cos 180 minus theta is equals to minus cos theta, and tan 180 minus theta equals negative tan theta. So for sine theta, the value does not change. Sine 180 minus theta gives us the same answer as sine theta. So this would be 180 minus theta. That is why sine of this is also k upon 1. That is why I use these same values or these same values on this triangle as well. So the opposite is k, the hypotenuse is 1 because sine theta of an obtuse angle and sine theta of an acute angle gives us the same value. Okay. Now back to the question, which is find a cos theta. Okay. So we need cos of this angle, but we can find cos of this angle and then later change its sign because of this identity. So what is the cos of our angle here? Cos, let's call this again 180 minus theta. Cos of 180 minus theta is coming out to be, it is supposed to be adjacent over hypotenuse. So it's going to be a square root of 1 minus k square upon 1. So that means cos theta will give us the same value, but with the opposite sign. So it's going to be negative square root 1 minus k squared. You don't have to write upon 1. Okay. Next, we need tan theta. Again, we're going to find tan of this triangle and then change this sign because of the identity. So what is tan of 180 minus theta? Instead of 180 minus theta, it would be better if we call it pi minus theta because question is in radians. Okay, so pi minus theta, tan of pi minus theta is coming out to be opposite over adjacent, which is k. So we're going to change the sign of k and we get negative. I'm sorry, the tan is opposite over adjacent, so it's k over 1 minus k squared. Okay. And we're going to change the sign minus k upon square root 1 minus k squared. Okay. And lastly, we need sine theta plus pi. Okay. Now we need to add another pi to this theta. Okay. So if I add a 180 degrees of pi to this angle, let me draw a straight line. Straight line means pi, right? This would be pi. So the angle gets projected into the fourth quadrant. Okay. So we're here in the fourth quadrant now after adding pi to theta. Theta was already obtuse. We added pi 180 degree to it, and now we're in the fourth quadrant. Okay, so I'm going to make a triangle like this, and this angle is going to be the same as this angle. Okay, so this side is going to be K. This was 1 earlier, this would be 1. Okay, so sine of this angle is going to be K over 1, right? Sine of this angle is K upon 1, opposite over adjacent. But since we're in the fourth quadrant, we have add sugar to coffee. Sine gives a negative answer in the fourth quadrant. So our answer is not going to be K, but negative K. That's the answer for part 3.